Hey, this is Ric Arthur, the founder of Wayfarer. I'm recording this today because we are about ready to launch the Hollywood tour. Our Hollywood tour, trust me, it's really good, and I think it's going to be a benchmark tour for Wayfarer for years to come. I leaned hard on my experience as a TV writer in putting this tour together. I tried to do this as though I were making an experience for my best friend who was coming into town, and I wanted to show him what it was like on Hollywood Boulevard, on Sunset Boulevard, around the studios, and up to Mulholland. Mulholland Drive is one of my favorite areas because it's you get the beautiful views up there, and we tried to talk about some of the stories that you don't often get or hear about Hollywood, as well as some of the old favorites. We end the tour with a gorgeous view over at the Hollywood sign and then down below at the Hollywood Bowl. One of the things I'm really excited about this tour is that we have Todd Haberkorn narrating it and producing it. Todd is a famous actor, voice actor, and animation director who is noted for his work on Fairy Tale and Destiny 2. Todd just did a wonderful job bringing the tour to life. To celebrate the tour today, I am interviewing Todd asynchronously in that I'm gonna record some questions. And Todd right now, he's working about 12 to 14 hours a day in the studio. And so he's gonna get this by email and then respond to each of the questions with a video of his own. Can't wait to see it. Enjoy this, and I hope you go out and enjoy the tour. I think you'll like it. Hey Todd, question number one: what is your favorite type of job or task that you do in Hollywood? Is it directing, voice acting, producing? We'd love to hear about it.
So my favorite task, my favorite thing that I get to do in the entertainment world, I would have to say, is being behind the mic or on camera, being on the acting side of things. I do get to work in a lot of different facets of entertainment, and they all have their lovely attributes. But for me, when I am behind the mic or on camera, doing a character, doing a role, that's where time really flies for me. And then of course, getting to see everything put together at the end and watching it and seeing it all done, what an amazing feeling. And I don't care if it happens one time or 1,000 times, I get excited each time.
How is the work that you do changing as technology changes or as the needs of content change? And how do you do the work differently now as opposed to how you did it 5 years ago?
The continually growing world of technology, especially in the entertainment world, it changes my job in a lot of ways that I'm probably not aware of, but one of the ways is it helps me avoid traffic because I can record from home. So that's awesome right there. And I know my little dog and my cats love that I get to be at home as well, because I'm the source of their treats. But I would say that remote recording allows for a greater talent pool that we get to access on these different projects. And because that there is so much development that goes on and so many advances that are made in technology for the entertainment industry, it allows for different mediums of entertainment to pop up, like this tour. Something like this might not have been possible 5 years ago, 6 years ago. So that does open the door for things like that and cool opportunities.
All right, Todd, question number 3. What are some of your favorite places to go and things to do in Hollywood?
Some of my personal favorite things to do in Hollywood and to see in Hollywood, number one, of course, the beaches. I don't get in the water. It's very, very cold, but I do love seeing them. And then on top of that, I still get a kick out of seeing the mountains when I'm driving to the studio. I thought I might get over that after a bit, but No, I still love it. And of course, just the massive amounts of different kinds of foods, different cuisines, regions of the world that come here and open up restaurants, food trucks. You really are spoiled in this town for finding really great food. And I think that's one of my favorite things I like to do when I have friends and family that come in from out of town. One of the ways that we experience the city is through food.
Question number 4. What is one thing that is true about Hollywood that most people don't know but should know?
One thing that is true about Hollywood that most people don't know but should know. Well, I think everybody knows about the traffic. That is absolutely true. That is one of the rare instances where a myth or a rumor about our traffic is absolutely true. But one of the things, you know what? Maybe about the water. That even though we have beautiful beaches, the water is still incredibly cold. I think that people need to know that, because there's cold and then there's our water cold. Everybody's in the business, no matter if it's your realtor, your waiter, your valet driver, they all have a script, they all have a podcast, they all have a thing they're doing. So in addition to all the streaming services that you already pay for, you then have to go see their stuff on social media and follow them on all the things. That's something, well, maybe everybody does know that. I don't know, I feel like maybe other cities are like that too, but maybe it's just here.
Question number 5. Todd, what is something that you've learned from narrating this tour that you will tell your friends and family about the next time you're taking them around town?
Part of this tour with Wayfarer and being able to narrate it and see all the great tidbits in history that I had no clue about. I've been here for many years and I didn't know 100% of those things. It was fascinating, especially the Musso and Frank story, because I went to Musso and Frank's recently and met somebody who thought they were an authority on that restaurant, and because of Wayfarer, I actually taught them things they didn't know about the place. That was pretty cool. There are so many interesting facts that you would never think to know or to look up unless you did this tour. And so that definitely expanded my gray matter about the town that I've lived in for so long. And I can't wait to see what else Wayfarer has in store.
Question number 6. Todd, a lot of the listeners today will be aspiring to follow in your footsteps, to pursue a career in Hollywood. Is there any one piece of advice that you would give them from the position you're in today?
If I had one piece of advice for someone trying to get into Hollywood in the entertainment industry, I would say that you have to have a healthy amount of confidence, but not so much that you think every time you audition or try for a role or opportunity, if you don't get it, that it was solely about you. 9 times out of 10, it isn't. It could be, just speaking from when I'm casting something, for example, I have to think about, well, how does your voice sound in a sea of other voices in the cast? And sometimes your voice may be very similar to this actor's voice. And so I need to think about, well, okay, well then at that point, who's more easily available for recording or for being on set? So that has nothing to do with the quality of that person. It's just really a layers thing. There may be something where we have to meet a certain requirement of a number of archetypes in the project, or basically, it's not always about whether you were good or bad. There's so many other factors that go into it, and I think that for many years I didn't focus on that myself. I thought it was because I didn't do good enough. I blew it in the way I auditioned, or maybe I delivered that line the way that the director's ex-wife or ex-husband delivered it, and they immediately thought I was them. There's so many things that are outside of your control. So focus on the things that you can control, on being prepared, on being on time, on knowing your lines, and on your craft. That I wish I knew earlier.
All right, that's all for today. Thanks a lot for tuning in. Stay tuned for more information about tours coming, and more news about Wayfarer. It gets more exciting every day. Wayfarer, know the world.